was that I had to do this complex like finger jam thing where I would like hit pause, play, pause, fast forward, and it was purely muscle memory. There was no cognition involved. Hello, my name is Jason Antonacci, and I'm here with you in Brad Mott's apartment, and this is Borrow My Kitchen. So, today we're going to be starting off with a cocktail that I have never made before, and then we'll be moving on to a dish that I've never made before using a recipe. So, this whole thing is going to be very fun. We're glad to have you along with us. Let's start with the cocktails, because I need one. So, we've got Mazzetta, imported Spanish Queen Martini olives. I bought these specifically because they're marinated in dry vermouth. So these are a multitasker. They're going to cover two things for our martini, our Cajun martini, which is going to naturally use Crystal Louisiana hot sauce, which is made with only the finest vinegar and red peppers. However, I wasn't able to find a Cajun vodka, so we're going with Luxusiva, which is a potato-based vodka out of Poland, and one of my favorites. Normally I drink scotch or whiskey because I consider clear alcohols to be exclusively the domain of very rich and very expensive women. However, we're making an exception today because this is going to be fantastic. So, we have our Cajun martini shaker. To it, we're going to go ahead and add trying not to spill. I spill. This is going to be a dirty martini. So we're adding one full shot glass of our dry vermouth and olive. We will not be adding one full shot glass of our Crystal Louisiana hot sauce. For that, we're just going to add 2 dashes, maybe 3. Put the lids back on like that. Done with that. Now, all we need to do is simply add vodka to taste. About half a bottle. Be mindful of Brad's kitchen and not go ahead and go crazy with shaking. There we go. And now we're ready to enjoy. Probably should have strained out the ice. I think that's going to be fine. And that's the intro. A bit about me. I am originally from Augusta, Georgia, by way of Pittsburgh, and moved here to Colorado several years ago with my family, and I had the good fortune to be mentored by Brad and be his friend. So I'm here tonight to make shrimp and grits, which is, it's a Cajun thing, but it's spread entirely throughout the South. And you can, well, grits themselves are entirely throughout the South, and with them comes good recipes for shrimp and grits. You'll find shrimp and grits down in Savannah and Charleston and other locations, Myrtle Beach. And it's not exclusively at this point the domain of Louisiana, I think. It's one of my daughter's favorites. And so for her birthday, she'll ask for shrimp and grits, or for a bad day, she'll ask for shrimp and grits. And the grits, people normally try grits naked, without adornment, and they don't like them. So for our recipes, we use cheese grits. We've got 2 types of cheddar cheese we're going to be adding to it. Parmesan is also a nice addition. And then in addition to the shrimp, we're going to go ahead and add andouille sausage as well, just because it rounds everything out and gives it a nice flavor profile, a bit of grease that you're not going to go ahead and get with just shrimp. Shrimp grits, flour for making a roux, butter for making a roux, cheddar cheese, andouille sausage, onion, green onion, cherry tomatoes, garlic, lemon, Parmesan cheese, salt and pepper, parsley, your favorite Louisiana hot sauce, chicken stock, maybe white wine. Now we're going to chop some onion. Some people are very good about chopping their onion into small uniform pieces. I am not. I'm just really good at not chopping my fingers off. So I really need to get small onion. I'm going to go ahead and pull out the Ninja, throw it in there. Such a pleasure to use a sharp knife. Okay, so that's all done. We'll do the other half now, because I like using sharp knives. Okay. There's going to be onion everywhere. That's all right. So we're chopping one onion. This onion is going to go eventually into the roux and start turning that into the gravy for our shrimp. And I'm not sure if we're going to use all of this onion because it was quite a large one. It was beautiful though. How do you keep your knives so sharp? You just not use them? You don't give them to children. That's right. That's what you do. And you don't have a glass cutting board. Don't have glass cutting boards, folks. Okay. That takes care of the onion. Next, garlic. Garlic can be a little bit daunting because there's a lot going on. So I may do this off camera. Okay. So, a lot of times we will go ahead and buy the garlic in the tubes because it's super good and it's still kind of chunky. But today we're going to go ahead and go rustic style, and that is fine. So you want to go ahead and actually just take the garlic, get it out of the clove, and then snap it like such. And sometimes you break it in half. That's fine. You're going to be crushing it anyways, but it really makes it easy to get that skin off of there. And it really works the garlic smell into your hands. So we're going to go ahead and snap a couple cloves, get that skin off of them. Already the aroma started to come up. Kind of like Christmas if you're Italian. What did I get? What did Santa bring me? He brought me a garlic clove. Awesome. You can go bury it in the yard. You can edit that out, right?
Mine too, yes. I was like, is that what Penny's doing?
It's what happens at our house. Like, you know, one of the potatoes will sprout, and then all of a sudden it's like the newest family pet. And so it gets its own little bowl, and it gets special water, and then it gets sat on the windowsill, and then the next thing I know, it's disappeared. And I'm like, what happened to the potato? they're like, oh, we set it free in the garden. And so probably the next time I go to till the garden, it's going to be completely full of sweet potatoes, which is awesome. But I prefer garlic. If you can't quite get all the skin off of it, that's okay. Because here's what you're going to actually end up doing. Is taking the flat of the knife, placing your palm over it, and just squashing it like that. We're going to do a couple more of these because I like garlic. Got our washed tomatoes. And we're just going to slice these in half. Again, so that's the joy of using a sharp knife. And Wusthof. This is Germans. Precision knives. They make quick work of the tomatoes. Nice. Okay, so that's all the cherry tomatoes. Brad has graciously provided these raw shrimp. They are, however, frozen. So what we're going to go ahead and do is place them into a water bath in the sink. And that's going to go ahead and gently thaw them without any heat so that they don't get cooked until we place them in the pan. So you want to go ahead and roll your lemon. I don't know why. It just feels good. In case you've got any plantar fasciitis in your palm. Would that be called plantar fasciitis? Anyway, so you need to get some little rubber footies for your beautiful cutting board. But no, actually you want to roll a lemon in order to go ahead and break up some of the pulp so that whenever you go to juice it, you actually get all the juice out of it. And then you want to go ahead and cut off the foot and the head of it. And take a moment to appreciate how beautiful lemons are. And put that in your cocktail. And then we'll just go ahead and slice it in half. God, I love having sharp knives. And then in quarters. And then we'll make some nice little wedges. And really, the whole reason I had Brad buy these beautiful lemons was just so I could cut them and smell them. And maybe put some in my cocktail. And they're going to be a nice little garnish on the side of our shrimp and grits. We're going to put all the garnish in one bowl because that's all for later. Maybe just a little bit. I love lemon. So, part of the exquisite agony of picking a recipe was deciding between shrimp and grits or harira. Harira is a Moroccan dish. It's getting to the point. It's getting to the point where no, I still wouldn't order one of those at a bar. Harira is a Moroccan dish that involves. This is way too large for that. I'm going to go ahead and put this in the garnish bowl. Harira is a Moroccan dish. It starts with lamb, and you go ahead and you stew the lamb, and then you add chickpeas and preserved lemon. And preserved lemon is lemon that's been packed in salt. So it sucks out a lot of the moisture and concentrates the flavors. And I love the flavor of lemon in things. Lemon pepper on eggs and other items like that. But Harira has it throughout the dish. And then you go ahead and you get some broken up pasta You put that in there, chickpeas, and a mixture of warm spices, and it's just fantastic. And as the weather is getting colder now, I'm really looking forward to taking some of the lamb shoulder that I got and making harira out of it in the pressure cooker. But that's for another visit. Maybe the visit where Stephen makes chapatis, because harira and chapatis would be amazing. So this was parsley. Parsley is going to be the last of our items that goes into just essentially our garnish. I love parsley. Parsley makes everything better. It doesn't matter what it is. Now this is a traditional curly leaf parsley, and the smell right now is heavenly. You just get these light, fluffy, curly, and parsley smells like nothing else. It's just truly a wonderful thing. There are multiple kinds of parsley, and this is the curly parsley. I actually prefer the larger leaf, kind of flat Italian parsley, but for this dish, this fancy kind of curly parsley is going to be amazing. So many people just go ahead and whenever they have the parsley on their dish, they just throw it away. Makes me weep a little bit. Okay, so this is Adele's andouille sausage. It's a beautiful sausage. Adele's makes some very nice sausages. However, there are, oh my God, look at the pieces of meat in here. This is really nice, especially with a sharp knife. So I'm going to take a moment and just check and see if this is. I'm so excited. This is fully cooked. That's lovely. I think this is the point at which we break out the saltines. So, one of the nice things about Adele sausage is that it's fully cooked, which means that while you're doing your prep, you can enjoy some of it without having to wait. Mmm. Mmm. See how lovely that is? It's like a little charcuterie board right there. You've got your wood and your sausage and your vegetables. This one's for Brad. Now this end piece, we can't go ahead and in good conscience go ahead and put this into the dish. So I'm just going to go ahead and put it there. A little bit of onion and some tomato. And make them go away. It's magical with the tomato. The acid in that cherry tomato just makes everything awesome. Again, we have these other little end pieces. I'm going to go get more saltines. There we go. End piece. I'm just going to go ahead and eat the sausage with saltine. That is really good sausage. And it's so pretty. I'll have to make sure to have Brad get some shots of this from above with the camera, because so often you find sausages and they're completely homogeneous everything is just mixed and chewed and milled to the point of just being mush. Not these. These they've got real pieces of meat in there. They've got fat. They've got seasonings. It's beautiful. I'm going to weep a little bit here. You're not going to weep on the dish. So. I love sausages. I mentioned that I love sausages. I really do. I think that sausages are amazing. Every culture has them. Every culture loves them. They've got their own. And one of my favorites is linguiça from Portugal. And it looks like this a lot. This is closer to linguiça than a lot of things. Normally you get an andouille sausage even if you're in probably New Orleans. Not that I've ever been, but I'm just assuming. And it's going to be, kind of very homogeneous, mixed, and more along the lines of a very spicy bratwurst. But this is beautiful. You can tell that somebody put ham into it.
I'm really excited about this.
If you've never had this cheese, it's the store brand cheese, but at the same time, it's way better than any cheese that I've ever had. So, specifically, this is the Signature Select White Cheddar. Yes. Now, just to make sure that we haven't gotten a bad block of cheddar, we're going to go ahead and slice this off. Take this crumbly piece, break it into some pieces. And we're going to put it on some saltines. Because a good chef always samples his ingredients before he puts it in anything. Now, to be fair, eating with the saltine, I got a lot of the saltine at first, so I'm going to eat another piece. But I want to see how it pairs with some of the other ingredients. So I'm going to take a tiny slice of sausage and place the cheese on top of that. This is really amazing cheese, as I suspected. So now we're going to grate it for putting it into our grits. This box grater has been in my family for 3 generations. That's a lie. We bought it when we moved here to Colorado. But having a box grater is great. Great. Because it's just one of those utensils that seems to take care of itself. It's easy to clean, doesn't take a lot to maintain. And if you need to grate something, you've got 4 different degrees of fineness that you can go ahead and apply to it. Although mostly we just use this one side, which in addition to cheese, you can use for cabbage, onions, pretty much any type of vegetable. But really, mostly, it makes beautiful cheese. Now the reason why you want to grate your own cheese is because whenever you buy pre-grated cheese from the store, it's coated in some type of a starch to keep it from sticking. And that's going to go ahead and change your recipe. It's going to change the flavors. It's going to change the consistency. So grating your own cheese, that's really the way to go because you know exactly what goes into it. So we're making 4 servings of grits. We're measuring out 1 cup of grits. into the pan. Per the instructions on the box, we are adding 2 cups of water, plus an additional 2 cups of water for 4 cups total. And we're going to optionally add a 1/4 teaspoon of sea salt. So, per the directions, we're going to bring that to a boil, let the grits soften up, then we're going to add our cheese, which is the fun part. So at this point, we're going to go ahead and give this a stir. Now that we've got all the ingredients combined, and we're going to go ahead and turn up the heat to bring it to a boil. This is doing fine. So, we're going to figure out where to unpeel our butter. Oh my God, this butter. You bought the really expensive butter. Oh my God. I'm going to have a private moment with this butter. Can you turn off all the cameras, please? Because this is like challenge butter. I've heard about this butter. No, I don't know what I'm saying. Oh yeah, this is a Lodge. This is nice. Oh, I splashed the butter. Okay. So this is coming up. This is starting to boil a little bit. That's great. Thank God for instant grits. We won't be waiting forever and just eating all the sausage. Butter is melting fast. That's fantastic, because what we're looking to ultimately do is add some flour to this to make a roux. So, I can't believe you bought the challenge butter. That butter is just like crazy expensive. Anyways, all right. Kerrygold will do just fine. In fact, better than fine, because Kerrygold is what I put on my jumbo breakfast roll whenever I'm totally hungover in Cork, along with ketchup. Don't shame me. Just try it. You'll understand. So, to this 1/2 cup of butter, we're going to go ahead and add 1/2 cup of flour. And then I'm going to go find a whisk. This is all Brad has. Exhibit A. But this is actually just fine, because the whisk is designed to aerate and fluff and fold in the ingredients together. And so, in theory, it shouldn't get very hot on the handle. I definitely don't need to attach it to a mix master or something else, which is what this clearly goes to. So, we're here to improvise, adapt, and overcome. And Brad, for his next edition of Borrow My Kitchen, will have a beautiful, amazing whisk that was going to have a stainless steel handle as well as the rest of it. And that next guest is going to demonstrate how that works. But for now, we're going to go ahead and do what we need to do with what we got. Grits are coming along. Got a little bit of bubbling going on over there. Those grits are coming along quite nicely. And with a little encouragement, so is our roux. Need to have an equal amount of butter and flour for your roux. And we didn't have that initially. We've fixed that. And so this is all coming together. And it's kind of forming this kind of peanut butter-like consistency as the second stick of butter melts and everything comes up to equilibrium. It's beautiful. We're I wish that everybody could smell this right now. This is just a beautiful thing. This beautiful butter, along with the flour, it's still a very it's not peanut butter. It's just a very buttery color right now, but the smell that's coming off of it is amazing. We've got this set on a medium heat, like straight in the middle, and due to the fact that this cast iron skillet is amazing at taking the heat, absorbing it, and then radiating it, it's coming out across the entire bottom of the pan, so we're getting nice even heat, and that's just coming along nicely. Can't tell you how pleased I am with that. We definitely don't want to burn that though, because otherwise we're starting over again and it's already 10 o'clock. So with regard to the grits, we've gone ahead and incorporated all the cheese into our grits, our instant grits very quickly. So we're just at this point keeping them warm so that they're ready to serve. However, they do need just a little bit of black pepper, because everything's better with a little bit of black pepper. And Brad has these amazing futuristic pepper shakers, and immediately on hitting the grits, that just filled the room with that black pepper smell. You have to have some kind of spice to really kind of counter the sweetness in these grits, along with accent the savory from the cheese. So we're all good on that. I'm going to go ahead and slide that back here to the burner. Make sure we keep whisking our roux. So we do have some white wine that's chilling right now. We're going to go ahead and want to reserve that. We're still working on the roux at this point. So at some point later, we're going to come back when we've moved from this kind of blonde color to more of a peanut butter, not quite a coffee. And then we're going to start introducing the garlic, the onions, tomatoes, and then the shrimp. Recipes are like guidelines. Some things you adhere to, and other things you go ahead and you break. So while I would very much like to make this peanut butter roux, or even a chocolate roux to really develop a depth of flavor, for the purposes of tonight, we're going to go ahead and just go with this blonde roux. I'm going to start introducing the onions to it, and the garlic, and the other players in our little experience. So there go the onions. And so now we're going to go ahead and incorporate the onions in there. And at this point, I'm going to switch from the whisk. I don't know why they always make this one with a hole in it, but it's my favorite. Oh, and yeah, the butter and the flour is starting to gain some oomph right now, thanks to the onion. And in a minute or two, I think we'll be ready to add the garlic. Heck, I think we're ready right now. So we're going to keep that moving. God, you can't capture the smell on film, but Brad's nodding his head yes. That this is good stuff. So pretty soon, what we're going to be ready to do is everything's going to be softened up, loosened up, the vegetables, all their cellular walls are going to start breaking down thanks to the oils and the heat. And we'll be ready to go ahead and start adding some of our sausage, which is already cooked, and some of our tomatoes, and start incorporating those in there. So the sausage is going to add some additional oils to the butter, but also a lot of really amazing flavors. And then the tomatoes are going to bring with it a certain amount of acidity, a brightness that's going to go ahead and offset that thick and delicious and very satisfying flavor. So we're not going to go ahead and use a custom blend of seasonings because one is already immediately available. This is Old Bay from For many of you, this is going to be immediately recognizable based on the old yellow label. And for those of you who aren't, allow me to introduce you. Old Bay is a fantastic seasoning for anything seafood, but it goes beyond that, that it is a great base seasoning for so many other things. And so we're going to go ahead and just shake a bunch of this onto here with reckless abandon because, and I'm not sure if it's going to go ahead and register, but this has 30% less sodium. So we can do that. So at this point, we've added the Old Bay to our roux, along with, prior to that, the onions and the garlic. We're going to add these cherry tomatoes before we eat all of them. You can see how few there are. And they're going to release a little bit of water into this mix. But really, we're going to go ahead and deglaze the pan with some chicken stock and some white wine to go ahead and make a nice gravy. At this point in time, we're going to go ahead and deglaze the pan, which doesn't really need deglazing, but we're going to go ahead and start making the gravy with our roux and some chicken stock. Oh wait. You see, everything is like starting to go ahead and homogenize, but we're also losing moisture. And this is where a cup of white wine comes in, because I'm parched. I feel better. And so does our gravy. You can see though that we still have a problem. All the starch in our roux absorbed all that wine. And we poured a lot of wine in there. At least a cup of wine. We poured more wine than Justin Wilson would ever pour into a dish. So we're going to go ahead and add some stock. And then once we incorporate this, we should be good to go for adding our sausage and our shrimp, and then actually eating. And we're actually going to end up with more shrimp and grits. Oh, sorry, we're going to end up with more shrimp and gravy than we have grits, which is a good situation to be in. I mean, yeah. So there's a certain school of thought that I've heard from certain people on Food Network that incorporating seafood and cheese is cheating because it tastes too amazing. I don't know. I mean, that's like saying that, oh, no. We can't go ahead and show anybody the Sistine Chapel ceiling because it's too awesome. Or the works of Michelangelo are just too advanced. So we can't go ahead and ever conceive of showing them. Cheese and seafood, they deserve to be together. I mean, that piece doesn't look good. Maybe a little bit more white wine. And some stock. Recipes are not a science. Culinary arts are, but recipes aren't. They're more like guidelines. Thoughts for next time. If you're going to do a roux, I'm not Iron Chef or cutthroat kitchen type of material. Clearly, I should have started my roux earlier on a lower temperature before the grits, because the grits are instant, and we would have like a beautiful kind of dark brown texture to this. But as it is, it's still going to taste amazing. It's just going to look very white. So at this point, we've incorporated our ready-to-eat sausage, which, as we've already proven with the saltines, is safe. And now we're going to go ahead and add our raw shrimp to it. And these shrimp are going to cook super quick because this mixture is already hot. We're going to go ahead and just cook those shrimp until they're tender and sweet. We're not going to overcook them until they're tough, which is going to take a few minutes. So I'm going to add the shrimp all in one batch and then incorporate them into the rest of the mixture. And really, it's just going to be the residual heat, even though we still have it on a medium heat, the residual heat of the roux and this really thick gravy is going to cook them through very quickly. So we've got a wonderful gravy. We're going to go ahead and accent it with a little bit of black pepper. But what's really going to go ahead and open this dish up and make it sing is going to be a completely different palette that we bring to it, in the form of, we're going to go ahead and add some lemon to it when we serve it over the grits. We're going to add some fresh parsley, and we're going to go ahead and add those green onions. And those fresh flavors are going to go ahead and offset the richness of the shrimp and the grits and everything else in the sausage, and really give us a delightful, playful dish as opposed to something that's just rich. So, for brown, we've got 2 shallow bowls. We're going to place in the bottom of each bowl a hefty serving of our cheese grits. On top of that, we're going to place a generous dollop, and making sure to include all of the elements. Our shrimp and tomatoes and roux and sausage. There we go. Make sure we get some more. And this is going to be very heavy as it is, which is why we're going to go ahead and lighten things up with my favorite, a huge amount of parsley. Your mileage may vary with parsley, but Brad is getting a lot of it as well. And then in addition to that, we're going to go ahead and get some of those green onions. And then lastly, we're going to go ahead and make sure that we add over everything a bit of lemon, plus a bit more if anybody wants it. A little dash of Old Bay for color. And it's time for us to eat. So at this point, I really was thinking that this bowl was mine. But I'm going to move over here because this one has more cherry tomatoes.
sure that we get a bit of cherry tomato, we get some of the lemon that we've laid on top. Definitely get one of those shrimp. And just in order to make it a huge size bite, we're going to go ahead and make sure we scoop up some of the shrimp and get some of the parsley on there.
So this is my perfect bite for the dish that I've made while borrowing Brad's kitchen. And thank you, Brad. That doesn't suck.